Flint and Steel kits. Okay, let's talk about Flint and Steel. Friend of mine bought a Flint and Steel kit from me, like this one right here, and he has a hard time getting the Flint and Steel to work for him. So this is a video kind of going out to help him or help some of you others that have an issue with Flint and Steel. This here is an elk Flint and Steel bag. This is the primarily the bag that I carry, and inside there's a striker, a piece of shirt or flint, whichever you want to refer it to, and then inside the bag in a baggie I keep my charred cloth. Now it is not char cloth, that's a slang term. It's charred cloth. It's a piece of cotton material, 100% cotton material that has been charred in a char tin to use as a tinder, and it this is what the material looks like that I use, 100% cotton. And once I put that into, cut it up to the size that I want it, then I put it in this container, and as you can see there's a hole pocked in the top of it so the gases can escape. Do you have to do that? No, you don't have to do that. And then this is the charred material that comes out of it, and this will catch a spark. And then what I do is I use jute twine, and I shred the jute twine up, and I create a tinder bundle to use, and then I put that into a bird's nest, and then I blow this into flame. Now if you have a tin that you use to char, some of the other materials that you can use plant materials. You can use punk wood, which is rotting wood. You can use cattail fluff. There's a lot of things that you can use. You can even use a thing that's called a tinder tube, or you could use like a cotton lamp wick. But this tinder tube is you char the end of it here, and then you use that to catch your spark from your Flint and Steel, and put this into your tinder bundle or your bird's nest and blow it into the flame. But you could take your punk wood and it will catch a spark also. And you could keep all that charred material into your tin. You could actually keep your whole kit together in one tin, if that's so how you choose to use it. So let's talk about strikers. These are a couple of different strikers. These are called C strikers. This one's kind of a little more traditional. It's got the curly tails on the end of it, and this is just a C striker. And then one of my favorites is this striker here that's a coffin striker. So I think that's very cool, and I have a piece of paracord, glowing reflective paracord on here. You can use a file, you can use the back of a knife blade. It just needs to be carbon steel, high quality carbon steel, and it just has to be tempered. And basically what you're doing is the chert or the rock is harder than the steel. So as you strike the edge here, you're actually peeling off pieces of molten steel, and that's what catches on your spark. So hopefully you can see the sparks that this produces. So one of the ways that you can catch a spark is you put your char cloth on top of your flint, and then you strike down and hopefully catch a spark onto the char cloth material. So let's see if I can get a spark on here. And there you see. So that was really fairly quick. That was one strike, and if we had a bird's nest, then we would have put that into the bird's nest and we would have put it out. So, and then as you can see, it really caught. I probably had some sparks land underneath it, and was going from the bottom because there's multiple places that was going there. Sometimes you could even catch just a single thread on here and get it going. Another method that you could use is you're using your tinder box. So you have your charred material into your tinder box, and you would have this as full as possible. So when you throw your spark, you're going to throw your spark down and hopefully get a spark to land, just like that one did. So there's a couple different methods that you can use to do that. So you don't have to have a very big. Here's a very large piece of chert, and one way you know it's chert, it looks kind of glassy, and then the edges where the fractures are at are really sharp on here and can really produce some really good sparks. If you're using this method and you're not getting a spark, and you have been getting a spark, you probably have a dull edge. Okay, probably have a dull edge, and all you need to do is turn your rock until you can find a sharp edge, and you should be getting spark. If you're never getting spark, no matter what rock you try, there's a good possibility that your steel isn't properly tempered, or another issue could be is that you have rust or something on here and you want to keep that clear. So this kit here in the silver tin, this is a kit that I sell. Right now this is the last one that I have, but it's a good kit. Everything that you need to get a fire is in here, except your kindling and your fuel, and you can use this to char your material and then carry everything in one kit. So that's just a real quick brief rundown on Flint and Steel. Hopefully it'll help somebody out there. Get outside, practice your skills, and spend as much time as you possibly can in the great outdoors. Peace.